We're at the beginning of June, and if you're looking for a cauliflower to grow during the warm months, then you may want to look into the loose cauliflower. This variety that we have growing is the Fiorello 70. This loose type of cauliflower originated from an area in China called Toisan. And last year, we had a neighbor share some seeds from that region. And we grew it, and I shared that variety on social media, and someone pointed me towards the Fiorello 70. And so we have one growing here. You may be wondering about why we have this leaf here. This is a cabbage leaf that we pulled from the bottom of that cabbage over there. We threw it on top so that it can be a fast way of blanching the cauliflower. Commercially, they would wrap it, but it takes a little bit more time and effort. Throwing it here was a lot quicker. And where it's not blanched, you can notice that the color is a little bit more yellow. So let's peel this back so you can see. The loose cauliflower has a more nutty flavor than traditional cauliflower. So for us, we want to blanch it as much as possible because it's already pretty intense in flavor. And the other thing is that this one grew pretty big, or ginormous, on us. I want to show you on the bottom that it's really important to make sure that the plant is happy. Plants that aren't happy will have infestations of aphids, and those are very difficult to wash off, and they require a lot of effort. So the key is to take care of your brassicas, and one of the other keys is that we grow in predominantly clay soil. Clay is a great container for water and nutrients. Brassicas like cauliflower and broccoli, they need that available to them all the time. So fast draining soils will leach away the nutrients that they need. And when they're not getting what they need, they'll get infestations. So that's probably one of the keys of growing brassicas, is to have nutrients that are available for them, nutrients and water as well. Here in this location, it's overcast today, but we get a good amount of sunlight. So some of the myths is that in Southern California we have heat waves, and some of the myths is that the heat waves cause bolting. Often the case, it's probably not the heat wave, but just the stress of the plant, either from water stress or lack of nutrients, that causes them to bolt. The other thing is that in our kitchen garden, we're succession growing our vegetables, and we have another Fiorello 70 in this seed plug tray here, and that's the one that's going to be front and center. We have two plants in there. We're going to snip one off, and then we'll up-pot this to a pot and let it grow some more before we transplant it into the garden. We have other varieties of brassicas, like the sprouting broccoli, which is a Gailon broccoli hybrid, and they are also in this seed plug tray here. So we grow one plant of each, or two plant of each at most, so that we can have variety. Here's an example of some of the succession brassicas that are coming in, like the Monty broccoli. And this is a really good warm weather broccoli, and I hope to do a video feature on this variety and talk about it some more in the near future. So we're gonna harvest it and take a closer look at this Fiorello 70. And before we do that, let me show you some other brassicas that we have growing, including this New Brunswick cabbage, which is a giant cabbage as well. Here are some sister plants to the Fiorello 70. Here's another one. This is going to be a smaller harvest because it's really nestled between a fast-growing Roma tomato that I had not anticipated would grow so fast, and it got crowded out, not enough sunlight. So it's going to be a little bit smaller over there. And then right behind it, it's going to be hard to see, is a Taishan variety, and they're very, very similar, if not identical. Here's another Fiorello 70 that we have over here, and this was being blanched by some horseradish leaves. We have a thicket of horseradish there. We'll just throw it here. And this is a succession plant. So this will continue to grow some more, and in a few days or in about a week, we'll be able to come back and harvest this later on for our kitchen. So let's go over there and go back over there, and we'll take the Fiorello 70 and take a closer look at it. And here is our Fiorello 70 loose cauliflower. The loose type of cauliflower originated from Taishan, China. Taishan, China has very similar warm climates with California, or more specifically Southern California. And this one is a good one to have in the kitchen garden. It's easy to work with. You can break each of the stems out individually pretty easily, and where they're pretty thick you can cut them in half or florets with a kitchen knife. As far as cooking it, you can cook it on any type of cast iron skillet, stainless steel pan, or even a carbon steel pan with some vegetable oil and maybe a tablespoon or more of water. When the water steams up, it cooks the cauliflower, and you can also cover it for a little bit. It's a fast cooking one. I enjoy it because after cooking, it is nice and snappy and crunchy while tender. This is a type of texture I really like. That's why we're often growing some type of sprouting broccoli. And once again, the sprouting broccoli are the Gailon broccoli hybrids. It goes by the trademark name of broccolini. So if you find that at the market, you may find broccolini. And also Gailon is another vegetable that's very similar in that texture. We have this big guy here that we'll be cooking up tonight for dinner, and we're looking forward to having more cauliflower from our garden with our succession plantings and succession harvests that we'll do soon in the future. So that's it for our variety feature, the Fiorello 70. If you haven't heard about it or you're curious about how it will do in Southern California or during the warm months, it can perform well, and it also grows well during the cool months. So we grow this one year round, and we're able to do that with our very warm and mild temperatures here in Southern California. And by mild, I mean the winter temperatures are very mild. Summer temperatures can get pretty hot, and we get 100-degree heat waves, and we are still going to grow them and see how they grow. And I'm very confident that with the way we plant our plants, we can get more cauliflower as the months warm up.